Hello, everyone. Awesome. All right, that was fast. All right, so we are now live for day 3 of the Self Mastery for Success Challenge. I am just so excited that we're doing this challenge. I'm getting some really great feedback on just, you guys are learning and growing and tapping into yourself and understanding yourself more. And that's exactly what this is all about. So that just makes me so happy. So I'd love to see who's here. I'm going to just double check that we are live on Facebook. And it looks like we are. Awesome. So tell me what you guys got from yesterday with creating a life vision. I saw some beautiful Canva pictures of money and travel and like dogs and fresh fruit and plants. So I absolutely love that. Just so amazing. So let me just log in to see where you guys make sure we're live. All right. Great. Perfect. I see. Yes, I see us. Good morning, Grace. Yay. All right, we're here. Okay, so let me do a quick recap. So day 1 was really tuning into self and today's about tuning into self. Day 1 was about understanding self and mind. So we really came up with some beautiful words on who we truly are. So I loved hearing who you truly are. And I want you to remember that and write that down and post it around everywhere, because you always want to return back to the truth of you when our ego mind kicks in and tells us fearful thoughts, negative thoughts, old past stories that didn't serve us. So remembering who you truly are. And we're going to do a quick meditation today. We don't have a lot of time together, so I don't want to do a really long meditation. There is some homework to do, some meditation to really connect to who you are, to your life vision, and just understanding self on a deeper level. All right, and then day number 2 was to create that clear life vision. And then today is all about tuning in. So excited. I just love these topics. And thanks for being patient with me for the first couple of minutes. Had a little tech difficulties, but it happens and we're here. So I'm super excited. All right. It's so great to see you guys. So happy you're here. Thanks for tuning in. All right, we got 6 people here. Yay, so many pictures. I love hearing that. And so with your life vision we created yesterday, so mine's as a background on my screen. I have it favorited in my phone, so I can just kind of go back to it. It's like the top of my notes section when I want to do like my daily tasks for the day. I have it in there, so I'm just constantly looking at it. So use it for yourself as a reminder. Good morning, Grizel. Hey, Heather. Awesome. So great to see you. Okay, so make sure to get your workbooks out. So I have mine here. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, so tuning in for guidance. Let's go for it. Oh, and also, you guys might have noticed the prizes. I can talk more about it at the end, but I did tally up about an hour ago the people that did do the homework, just to get a gauge of where you guys are. So I'm really excited. We're going to have one breakthrough session with me. Those are valued at about $400. And really, when you implement it, it's priceless. We kind of go through all those categories we talked about in day 1 on understanding where we are and doing that. Or I guess it was yesterday when we did the life vision, really going through those categories, figuring out where you are now, where you want to be, and then determining what needs to happen in order to get to that ideal place. Okay. So exciting. All right. So let's talk about tuning in for guidance. So what does your spiritual foundation look like now? So I'm just going right off of our sheet here. So this is so important because, so I study A Course in Miracles right now. I had no spiritual foundation up until I was, I guess, 2010. This is when I was at a really low point. I had, just verbally, mentally abusive, physically abusive boyfriend from high school. And it was just a low point that I was like, it was such a down moment. It was like just after, like getting hit. And then he took my keys, took my car. And so I was just crying and sad. And my friend was like, how about you come to church with me? I was like, well, I guess so. Nothing what, I'm at a low point. I guess anything's better than this. So from that moment, I really felt the spirit like totally move me. And there was the Dream Center Church in LA. I don't know if you guys have been. But yeah, just so beautiful. It's so funny. I have these rings on manifesting. So what happened was, yeah, so I went to the church. This little boy, he must have been about 4 years old, and he came up and he just like hugged, like just gave me a side hug that was just so beautiful. Because I was crying, I was just feeling the spirit. They were just rocking out on stage. And he just was talking about how I'm loved and I don't have to worry, and just all the beautiful things that come from the church sometimes. And so at that moment, it was just really beautiful and exactly what I needed to hear. So that was kind of what helped really build my spiritual foundation. And the craziest thing at that point was, that day, so yeah, my boyfriend just took off, and then I watched this movie Soul Food. I don't know if you guys know it, but there's this character Jordan in there who I absolutely love. I don't even know her name as an actress, but she's in a lot of movies, so I should know this. But she was there at the church because it's LA. There's like always a lot of celebrities everywhere. And then I happened to see her there, and I just walked up to her, and I would just told her, and I was like still kind of crying, and I was saying, my boyfriend, he just hit me and took off, and then I watched your movie. I turned on, BET was on, it was Soul Food was on, and then she had me just really getting in a good mood and smiling and laughing, and I just told her thank you for the work you're doing, because it's really lifted my spirits. So I just wanted to share that with her, and she was really appreciative. She gave me a big hug, and she was just saying like, don't ever let someone do that to you. So yeah, it was just a beautiful moment. And it's like so anyways, that was just kind of my spiritual foundation and where it started. So yeah, I'd love to hear what your spiritual foundation is, where it started. I know many people have gone to church, and so why I stopped going to church for religious reasons is because there was just a lot of rules and things that I didn't 100% understand. And then yeah, like a lot of excluding other people, and some of it was like instilling fear, and I just didn't really understand that. So now I got into A Course in Miracles, and I really do believe all paths are necessary. Like I needed Christianity in 2010. Like that was my path to now become who I am in the spiritual path. And so there was the Bible that I was studying then, and then now Course in Miracles, which I picked up about 3 years ago. It's just been absolutely like life-changing. And I know Grace, thanks, Grace. I know I just introduced Grace to Course in Miracles, and she really loves it. It's on Audible if you guys just want to kind of get a teaser for it without like diving into like the thick book. It's like a really big book. And it's very radical, but it's amazing. So I'm really curious on what your spiritual foundation is. I started in church. I stopped. Yep. Oh, I'm doing Reiki and meditation. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad that you mentioned the meditation, because really, for me, that is how we tune in. But you don't really have to necessarily, be in a meditative state and meditating that way. You could really, like, my mom used to garden, and so that was kind of her meditative. You're just kind of like letting all thoughts go, and you're just getting consumed like with maybe an activity, like just digging in the dirt, planting things. If you're painting, that can be almost like a meditative way of just going throughout your day, connecting with spirit, getting still, so you can quiet the monkey mind that's going all over the place. So I have some notes here because I really want this to be a good session. I was listening to Abraham Hicks this morning. Do you guys know Abraham? So she has that book, a couple books, but Ask and It's Given. So I love that one. That was the one I was kind of like recapping this morning. Okay, well, before we get in, I agree, this is Margaret. I agree, whatever path will lead you to the truth. I started in church and left for similar reasons. Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of people, and I feel like a lot of people are really waking up to the truth. Like we are so loved by God. And I know when I went to church, I felt like, that God will love me with conditions. Like I had to be a certain way, or I had to follow certain rules to be loved or something. So whatever gets you there, but it's really, really beautiful to see that people are waking up. What does Heather say? Good morning, Amber. Good to see you. Heather saying, my friend is a shamanic practitioner. She supported me back from the brink of suicide. Yep, been there. She believed I had 2 attachments I needed to get rid of. And I also believed I was here for a reason, which took me to my spiritual path. That's so beautiful, Heather. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, there's so many people that are so sad and miserable and low. And I've definitely been there. And so it's like, I just really like want to show people that there's another way. And I'm so glad that, most of the people here have some kind of spiritual path. So yeah, definitely write down, thanks for sharing in the comments, definitely write it in your notebook as well. All right. So what I want to do is just get comfortable for a couple minutes. And I want us to tune in. So today's all about tuning in. So I want us to just kind of get that connection real quick before we finish the rest of our answers so we can really come from a deep guided place because I want us to be in the practice of being guided. So that's kind of where the tuning in comes from. Okay. All right. So if you want to just close your eyes. And I want you to roll your eyes like back and up, almost looking like out towards your third eye, like out of your third eye as you're breathing. That kind of gets you even more into like a meditative state and helps you connect. So breathing in through your nose and out of your mouth. And when you get to the top, you can even hold for a couple seconds. So deep inhale through your nose. And exhale. And I want you to put your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly, just giving yourself a hug. And as you're breathing, I want you to repeat to yourself out loud, if possible, and just say, I love myself. I trust myself. I honor myself. And I respect myself. And keep taking those deep breaths in and repeating the words to yourself. I love myself. I trust myself. I respect myself. And I honor myself. All right. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. I feel like, it just kind of helps you slow down, see things more clearly when you're able to do that. And there's all different kinds of meditation. So actually for the homework tonight, I said meditate between 5 and 15 minutes, depending on how skilled and practiced you are at meditating. Sometimes it can be hard when you're first starting because you're just not used to it. And so your mind's going, you just are thinking of constant things. So if you can do it for 5 minutes, great. If you are experienced, do it for a full 15 minutes. And there's different meditations you can look up on YouTube, or you can do a silent meditation. This is probably if you're more practiced in it, but there's a lot of guided meditations that will just walk you through going through your breath and connecting. And one of the ones I really like, so since I studied Course in Miracles, Marianne Williamson has some really nice ones. Also, Gary Renard has this one that's really beautiful. Just, gets you in your heart center. And then there's a big bright light coming to you, consuming you. And you're giving up all your wants and your desires, and you're putting them on the altar. And then for a second, you think you're missing out on something. And then you realize that you are given everything in as you are one with God. And it's just like the most beautiful meditation. So if I find it, I'll send it to you. I think it might just be in one of his books that I'm reading or listening to in the Audible. But yeah. All right. So beautiful. Oh, thanks, Heather. Okay. So now that we talked about our spiritual foundation, so I want to really stress the emphasis of, spirit is now, always, for eternity. There's always the now moment for eternity, no matter if you're here, gone, alive. And the nice thing about being in the now moment and knowing everything's in the now moment. So I really believe that, we kind of live in a holographic, like, this is so crazy. This is kind of the Course in Miracles, but it's just like, even Einstein says this. So past, present, and future are all kind of the same, and they're all kind of simultaneously happening, which is why I think you can heal your past now and future, memories that we want to create. Like, everything kind of happens in this holy instant of creation. And I believe that our world is based on perception. So you saw that video I'd posted where, she had done like green storm and like blue needle, or maybe the other way around. But she had mentioned that. And it's really what you see was what you were reading, or what you're hearing is what you were reading. And that's because that's what we're perceiving. And so it's just so interesting. So there's a quote that says, nothing is created or destroyed. Everything is evenly present. So what you're going to see is based on what you believe and what you perceive. So it's kind of interesting. I'm wearing this dress right now. So I don't know if in the light, if it kind of is different, but people have said that this dress looks like an olive green, and then some people says that it looks brown. So I just think so interesting, based on like what you believe you're seeing is kind of what you're going to see based on your perception, because since everything is evenly present at all times. So just fascinating. Okay, so in the now moment, there is only, you get to choose, but when you really get silent, you can feel the peace and the love and the joy. And so the better you feel, the more you're allowing. And so where did I get this from? So my mom is always sending me. So my mom passed away a little over 6 months ago, and she's old, but she's, her body transition, but she's not gone. Especially because when you have that spiritual foundation, that like, that's our truth. That's who we are for eternity. I believe we're all one. So yeah, nothing's ever created, destroyed, lost. It's all still here. And so what she had said is, so she's so sweet. She was saying, thanks for your bright lights. That's really sweet. So I just found this yesterday. I've been like doing a lot of cleaning up around the house, and I keep finding all these beautiful notes. And so she sent, the better you feel, the more you allow. So that was from my mom, a message from my mom. And so I just feel like that's so true. And there's also this book by Neville Goddard. It's called Feeling is the Secret. And so this is on Audible, or not on YouTube. I think it's like 30 minutes or something, but it just talks about the better you feel. So this is what Abraham Hicks calls it being in the vortex. And so basically, like when you're in that possibility bubble, it's just like, what lens are you looking at the world? Like all your desires are here. Once you think it, it's created and done. So I believe we are made in God's image. And so God is the creator. God, like we are made 100% identically in God's image. So God, creates and expands. And so we have all those same possibilities. And so I think that's why we came here to earth, we had this thought perception, right? Because like everything we see, what we perceive, everything's a thought in the mind. So we kind of created this world on earth. And so what the Course in Miracles says is really we created this world. So some people think it's like, oh, I'm creating this world to know myself experimentally, in the physical form. Some people are saying that this is not the real world. This like thought, form of content isn't what's really true. Like only spirit's true. And that this is kind of just like a classroom to bring ourselves back to that enlightenment state, because we came here thinking that we're separate from God, when we never can be. So that's like a really interesting concept. Love that book. I know, isn't that fun? Okay, so let's keep going through the workbook. And then if you guys have any questions, I want to talk about the people who've done the homework, and then the prizes that are going to be for the winners, and then how we're going to choose winners too. So, all right. So we did our little meditation, talked a little bit about my spiritual foundation. Okay, and then let's get into the next question. So, do you feel present? So, on a day-to-day basis, do you feel present in the moment, or are you living more in the past memories or the future anticipation, whether it's excitement or worry? So, really think to yourself. And one of the things you can do is kind of do a thought tracker every couple hours, maybe do it 3 times a day, and set your alarm. Like, what am I thinking? I know I have that in my phone. I just say, like, what am I thinking? Because you want to, what you're thinking is what you're going to experience in reality. So, was it thoughts of worry? Was it thoughts of, I don't know, guilt, blame, or shame? So you really want to be conscious of what you're thinking, because our thinking is creating our reality, here in this material world. But when you come back to truth, you know that. So there's nothing's ever good or bad. It's just our thinking that makes it so. So, really tuning in. So what I do in the mornings is I give myself that hug like we were doing earlier, and I just smile and I just thank God for another day. And I want to tune in right away. So when you have that attitude of gratitude, like I talked about the other day, it's like when you're grateful for what you have, then you'll be rewarded with getting more. It's just kind of like a universal principle. And you'll start noticing that. So if you do notice that, like in your life, that I mean, I think you just see more to be grateful for. Like even if you're like, instead of like, oh, I have this small little room, but I have a great room and I appreciate it and I love it. And then maybe, who knows, that you'll find this great find on a mirror, and then you put a mirror up and now it looks even bigger. Like it's just like when you have that attitude of gratitude, you see more things to be grateful for, and you see the possibility, and you see just how much like abundance is there all around us at all times. So I don't know, I totally believe in miracles. I think miracles can happen in a second. I believe we live in an abundant world. And that's how my experience is, because I believe that so much. And that's what I perceive, is I just perceive beauty and love and things to be grateful for all around me. My favorite part of the day is walking the dogs. I love that, Heather. Yeah, I have my little doggy here. Every time I get like ready to do something, now he's like ready to go do something. And I'm like, no. Like you just sit there and relax. All right. So yeah, what do you guys think? Are you living in the present moment? And a lot of people aren't. And most of our thoughts, 90% are from the day before. So that's why we're living the same way day by day for most of our lives, because we have the same thoughts. So it's really important that we start thinking a new thought. And I like to think I just say Holy Spirit. So right when I wake up, I smile, thank God, in a state of gratitude. And then I say, God, what would you have me do? What would you have me say? And to whom? Where would you have me go? So it's just like being led. I'm just setting the tone of my day to be led. So then it's like ask and you shall receive. So I believe I'm going to be led, and I am led. So I don't really do a lot of planning. I mean, I have, my task list every night. I do 6 things I want to accomplish the next day. But, I just kind of like let things flow and happen. And I really just see through the eyes of like the Holy Spirit, where I see everyone as a child of God. So they were saying, what if you walk around, so, I mean, I love Jesus. I don't think, he's like this like Lord that's unattainable. I think we all are one. So I think he's like a brother more than anything else. So but yeah, I definitely like look to him to see, how I want to see the world, how he saw it. So even people that were killing his body, because, I don't really believe like I just believe in spirit as truth. So so I think I just want to live like that. I want to live that we are all forgiven, that nobody really, nothing's really good or bad unless we say it's good or bad. I think everything is a lesson for enlightenment to get us closer to that oneness and realizing that we are already there. My thoughts are definitely mostly in the future. Yeah, it's such a good realization when you can know that, because it's so important. Like, are you in the now moment? And then when you're in that now moment, you're realizing I am presence. And then all those things that we were saying, like I am a light worker. I am, like the energy flowing through the world. I'm a beautiful creator. I am a lover. When you are in that truth, in that moment of truth, then you can create from that point. And that's a beautiful point of creation. And then do you feel you are open for guidance? That's the next question. So open to receiving. And I think that what's really going to help, so having an attitude of gratitude is super important. And then self-love. So I think when you know yourself, and you know yourself as that I am presence, that just pure love, pure joy, just creator of the world. So the only thing different I see with us and God is that God made us, but I don't see any other difference, because like they say, we're made in God's image. So with all the creative capabilities, and God is just pure love. So if he's pure love, that means we're pure love. And I say he, but there's no like sex on it. It's just I don't know, for reference. Just that there's just that one. I so resonate. Yay. All right. So open to receiving, because when you love yourself, you're not like, oh, I'm not worthy of getting money from somebody for my gifts, so it's like you're giving your gifts. It's like there's nothing different than like, someone, would give you sheep for some wool or something back in the day. It's just like there's just these negative beliefs. So that's kind of going back to day one on what we believe, these negative beliefs we have around it. But it's like when you feel loved, then you're like, I'm open to love, being loved, because I love myself. I'm open to receiving money. I'm open to receiving gifts. I'm open to receiving lunch, coffee. Like you're just open to receiving because you're worthy, and you love yourself so much that when you love yourself, you feel worthy because of who you are. You don't have to do anything to be worthy. You just are, because that's how you're born. That's how you're created. So yeah, like don't, and this is like a huge thing I think with tuning in for guidance is when you have those blocks, then starting to get more aware of my thoughts. Perfect. Oh, thanks for sharing, Grizel. Yeah, I know it's so important. Like I really believe our thoughts are creating our whole life. And so when you think I'm loved, I'm worthy, I'm enough, like I'm enough exactly as I am. And I think so we have to do some of those, what the beliefs are, where they came from, removing the blocks. So tomorrow we're going to talk about removing the blocks. But yeah, so for now, like tuning into knowing who you are, and when you are that pure presence, pure love, joy, you are worthy of it all. And so I believe we're created in God's image, and so God's perfect, so we're perfect. Even if we think we did something, like it's only our thinking that says it's bad. Nothing's ever bad in this world, so you're not guilty because you didn't truly do anything wrong. It's just a thought. So it's not like you actually did anything wrong. Like maybe the world's gonna say you did something wrong, but you can't ever do anything wrong. It's like always lessons to getting you back to that oneness and that state of truth, right? So yeah, so if you feel guilty for anything, just let it go, journal it out, forgive the story. If anyone has done something to you, forgive them, because it's like holding on to a piece of hot coal. Like if you aren't forgiving someone, they're off having a great life, and here you are holding some hot coal, burning yourself, or and then hoping to like throw it at them. And then, or there's also this other saying that says it's like holding some sand and throwing it into the wind, hoping that you're throwing it at them, but it just getting back into your own eyes. So it's like just forgive people, anything in the past that was like done to you, because you really want to just be in this vibration. We'll talk about vibrations on Friday. This vibration of like love, abundance, because that's what you're going to attract to you. So I believe giving and receiving is the same thing. You give love, you're going to get love. And you don't give to get, but that's just a law, just what happens. So if you want to give, if you want to give money, that's why like tithing, I have this, I read this 4 spiritual laws of prosperity. When you give, you get, you're just putting that force in motion. So it's like, you might get it from somewhere else, but it's like, you're in that flow, like you're thinking abundantly. So when talked about tithing, I didn't get it at first, but because I was like, oh, like the pastor has, a brand new car, and here I am driving my old bucket. I mean, not now, but when I was like, what is happening? And so it's not about that. So my mindset was all messed up. And now I realize you're giving because you believe in the abundance of the world. You're giving because, you feel inspired. You're giving because you know that there's enough to go around. And it feels good. So yeah, I'm like going off on a little tangent. Hey, Crystal, good to see you here. Always bring myself back to gratitude. Yes. Crystal said, I get derailed with life around me. I just have to go with the flow and enjoy the moment. I'm completely open for guidance. Oh, I love hearing that. I've learned forgiveness, releasing any grip from the past, frees me up from feeling good in the moment. Yeah, that's what it's all about. I can't even like okay, so the only reason we even have goals, right? We have this whole life vision we created yesterday. The whole reason we had that life vision is to feel good. Like we want something to feel good. And the thing is, like, people get so attached to that's going to make me feel good. And then they get that. And then it's like, now what? And so you just have to feel good now. And then that's going to attract everything to you, because, what we vibrate is what we're going to attract. It's like a magnet, or like just be on the same frequency. That's just how it's going to be. But so yeah, you're going to feel good. But the thing is, if you think you're going to feel good when you get a boyfriend, or feel good when you get the business started, or feel good when you get your first $1 million, then it's like, once you get it, then what? So you just have to enjoy every day, day to day. And the thing is, because we're eternal and expanding always, it's never going to be done. So Abraham Hicks says that, like, it's never going to be done. So it's like, why be in anticipation for something, because it's never going to get done. We're constantly creating and expanding for eternity. So it's like, just enjoy now. It's just beautiful. I love your guys' comments. I believe that our paths crossed for this reason. Yes. Oh, I love you guys. Okay. So let's keep going through the workbook. I think we're almost done. Okay. And then, yeah, so do you feel worthy of receiving abundance? That was the next thing. So are you open to receiving, and do you feel worthy? And so I would just have these quotes. So I love Louise Hay. She just, oh no, who is it? I think Marissa Peer. Yeah, she's the one that says, write I am enough, and write it everywhere. Like write it in your notebook, write it every single day, put it on a note. I actually have one on my mirror. I was like looking at, it's one my mom wrote, but hers was like more doodled than mine. So I put hers up. So Yeah, so do you feel enough and worthy? Because you are. So I really want to stress that you are. You're worthy of all your desires, everything you want. That your desires are put on your heart for a reason. So God's not going to give you a desire that you can't fulfill. And once you want it, it's already there. It's already there in the vortex for you, as Abraham Hicks would say. So now you just have to like align with it. And the thing is, like, people think like, oh, so you have to align with it. Like even just this challenge, I feel very guided in everything that I've done. Um, and it's not like pressure or hard or work. And I'm open to receiving the guidance. I'm open to allowing it to come through me. So I'm like, oh, what should I do next? Oh, I'm gonna, post a little teaser and tell people about the challenge. I'm gonna, tell people to share the challenge. I'm gonna like it's just kind of something that comes to me and I just share it, and then it's just the right thing that needs to happen. And everything's always happening for our good. I believe that so much. And there's this law of gender, law of opposites. So there's good and bad in everything in this world. I mean, in spirit, everything's perfect. But as we're experiencing this world, it's like there's all these universal laws that it's so important to know, because then it's like there's up, there's down, there's good, there's bad. What are you choosing to see? And there's law of gestation. When you plant the seed, is not when you're going to get the fruit. When you get pregnant, you're not going to see the baby the next day, which is a good thing. So yeah, that one. Align with the desire. Yeah, more than enough. Oh, I love that, Grizel. Not only are you enough, you're more than enough. That's beautiful. Awesome. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the homework and prizes, because I love prizes and I love incentives and I love celebrating. Like, we have to celebrate ourselves. We're so under celebrated. So I just want to celebrate all of you who are doing the challenge and doing the homework. So I'm going to give some prizes just for doing the homework. And the homework is, of course, it's for you to, just dig into yourself and to really, understand self, understand your thoughts, understand your belief patterns, understand you are living in an abundant world where anything's possible. You are the creator of your life. How you perceive the world is how it's going to show up for you. So just perceive it as like, like you are the star of your movie. Like, how do you want this whole show to play out? Like, and then the craziest thing is, I think I had mentioned this before, but so since nothing's created or destroyed, I used to look up like conspiracy theories, and like I was just always on a quest for truth. That's why I love the movie The Secret. I hired Bob Proctor and Lisa Nichols because I'm like, what's the truth? What's the secret? And so they're saying that we live in parallel universes, like at all times. We're constantly like shifting based on like, are you coming from a fear-based thought or a love-based thought? So just returning back to love, because there's nothing to fear. When you're that I am presence, nothing can hurt you. We live in eternity. We are spirit and truth. Then you can walk fearlessly. And that's like life's chief aim. There's this book, Freedom from Fear, that I really love. And it says life's chief aim is to have freedom from fear, because then you can say what you want, do what you want. You don't have to feel the need for permission from somebody to do the things that you want. You don't have to feel like you owe somebody something. It's just you. Really, we're all just one. People are just mirrors of us. So how you see someone else is really like something. And if something's triggering you, it's like what's going on in yourself that's causing that to come out. And another thing, I feel like I'm talking a lot. I love you guys. Yeah, definitely. Keep posting your homeworks you guys have for the whole week. But yeah, our triggers are actually a beautiful thing, because then that's something in us we can heal. So I have this Course in Miracles teacher that I follow, Vicki Thomas, and she has this little bell that she wears. And then the bell, like every time she gets like triggered or there's something coming up for forgiveness, she rings the bell and she's like, yay, this is going to bring me conclusion on a lesson, a life lesson I needed to learn that I don't have to learn again. This is getting me one step closer to enlightenment. So it's like, you get forgive, not forgive, but thank your brothers for bringing up anything in you that's causing you to see yourself, see the pain, see the lesson, so you can get one step closer to that enlightenment, right? So I think it's really beautiful. All right. I love that we're here together. If you guys have any homework or anything that you want to share or say, I love getting your comments. Okay, so the next couple of days, so we have Friday, raising your vibration. And also I'm going to have this lady who's the most beautiful singer, and she does sound healing. So she's going to come and do a couple songs for us so we can raise our vibration on Friday. I'm so excited about that. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about how do we remove all these blocks that we've had from our past. Really, we're going to learn the root cause of guilt, why we feel so guilty. And then we can remove that, and then just different ways of looking at the world, with so we can just remove all that fear, remove the blocks, so you can really show up with confidence, go after your dreams and goals, and be happy really in the now moment. And also I wanted to share, so with the prizes, we have the breakthrough session with me. So it's a 90-minute breakthrough session going through all the different areas of your life. Really, we can use it how you want, but most of the time we go through the different areas of your life, figure out where you are now, where you want to be, and then the steps to get there. If there is a specific area, say in your business, I know I have some past clients that are watching this. So if we've done those breakthrough sessions and you really just want to focus on one certain area, say growing your business, showing up, packaging, if you want to dive into whatever it is, we can definitely dive into that in that session. If you win, I think I do all the homework to win. Second place is going to get $40 Venmo cash money, because I am all about giving and receiving, and like, who doesn't love to get money, right? And then the prize that's there for everybody. So there's, the transformational prize you get when you do the homework for yourself. And then anyone that wants to enroll in the Abundance Mastermind program, I'm going to be launching that in about a week and a half. So I'm going to be doing interviews over the next week and a half, and then we'll start next Thursday. So I'm super excited about the Abundance program. I just finished the last 6 months. So what I'm doing differently, and thank you so much for all of my past clients who have given me just beautiful feedback. So yeah, lots of amazing feedback and things that would make it even better. So I'm really going to also include a business accelerator portion, because most of the people are lady entrepreneurs, are wanting to be lady entrepreneurs. So there's going to be a business accelerator portion focused on just either getting your first client or getting your next group of clients. So I'm super excited about that. So that's going to be the Abundance Mastermind. I'll post more about that in our group, so you'll have more information about that. I'm going to be doing phone calls with people that want to, because it's a very small group of people that we're going to have, just so everyone has enough time to talk. Also, it's not for everybody. It's just, for a certain, amount of people, certain group of people that are like-minded, they think abundantly, and they're really committed to their success and their goals. So that's the Abundance Mastermind. Everyone that does all the homework is going to get $222 off. That's an angel number. It's like a partnership manifesting angel number. So I thought that was like a good number to have as a discount for anyone that does the homework and they know they want to join. And then also the homework's just amazing for everyone to do, because you get that transformation within yourself. Money, 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 money. Amber, I love it. It's okay to love and want money. There's nothing wrong with it. And I think we'll talk about that on Friday when we talk about raising our vibration, because we live in an abundant world. And honestly, the people like us that are good-hearted, spiritual, loving people that have a purpose bigger than us, that want to improve the world, change the world, those are the people that need money. And money is such a great resource for good. I used to have these really negative beliefs on I thought it was greedy for rich people to have money, because I'm like, there's poor people out there. Like, I'm very philanthropic. I do feeding the homeless. I bring blankets and socks. And, so I was like, there's people out there that are like sad, and here you are rich going on all these vacations around the world. But when when you are tithing and you're giving 10%, you realize I need more. I need to get more so I can give more. So if you're a giving person, then you don't think it's greedy to have money, because when I have more, I can give more. So that's why I think it's so important for us to have a lot more money, and also to take care of yourself, so your cup is filled up, that your cup can runneth over, and all that overflow is for everyone else. You have to fill up your own cup, or you're not going to be the best you can be for other people. So yeah, so I think it's very great to love money, but not love money for money's sake, but love money as a tool for what it can do to better yourself, better the world. So let's see. Yes. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are here. Okay, so I wanted to just quickly say, I noticed that some people did the homework, and you guys have until the end of the week. And then I'm gonna have a Q&A session on Saturday. If anyone has any Q&As about what we've talked about, or Q&As about the mastermind, we'll have another session on Saturday to talk about that. Okay, so day one, this was about what beliefs we have that are like kind of stopping us from just who we truly are, the I am presence, that beliefs in the past that have hindered us from going after our goals and stepping into our greatness. So the people that did share that, so we had Sierra, Griselle, Amber, and Crystal on day one. So awesome. And I didn't check like an hour before this, so if you did it and I didn't see it, then it's probably there, and I'll definitely count you in. And then day two, we had Patty, Sierra, and Heather doing the homework. I loved seeing your vision boards. Thank you for sharing. You know, you have to have a clear picture in your mind first. It's all about you see it in your mind and then you create it. Just like you're going to put your outfit on. What am I going to wear? Oh, I see the brown dress. Okay, I'm going to wear the brown dress. So everything's in your mind, even the food you're going to eat. What do I want to eat? Oh, In-N-Out. Okay, yeah, I'm going to get a grilled cheese with peppers. Like, so yeah, so it's just all about that. So that's it for today. I'm just loving being here with you guys. Please ask any questions. I know some people have sent me DMs, and I love getting your DMs. I love getting your comments. I would say put it in the group, because what the questions I'm getting, I think, would be super helpful for the entire group. So yeah, share your wins, share, declare, and empower. I want you to do the homework today. So the homework is so meditating. I think I talked about this already, but meditating, and then post in the Facebook group a picture of you, your favorite picture of you, with the words I am. So that picture when you are just happy and joyful, maybe you're wearing like your best dress, and like, because that's the self-image, that's how you see yourself. So the best picture, maybe take a new picture, whatever you have, and just say I am, because that's it. Really, just there's, God is, I am, and that's it. And then we cease to speak. There's nothing more than that. And so I actually learned, okay, we're like at the top of the hour and I keep talking. Okay, well, I'm going to wrap it up after this concept. So anything after I am can cause suffering. So even if you say like, I am love, because of the law of opposites, you could say, if I'm love, then I can also be hate. But so that's why I just love that I am. But then living in this material world with how our thoughts are, we can empower the I am with all of those like loving words of form. So I think it is good to just say those powering I ams. I am enough, I am love, but really just realizing I am, and nothing else needs to happen, not wanting anything to really be different, just knowing everything is at all times. You can step into the new reality, but give yourself time, because we do have to remove all those blocks from the abundance that is our birthright, and we'll go through that tomorrow. So super exciting. I love having you guys here. I'd love to see your pictures of who you want to be, who you are. Also, if you haven't done the homework, then go ahead and do that. All right. I love you. Have a great day. Bye.